That's so funny
But
though, because like I've had like it's so weird. I was a volleyball player in late middle school and freshman year of high school, and I was a late bloomer. I didn't get my period till I was 15, and I was a sophomore. So I got my period, and then I just grew boobs overnight. It was fucking crazy.
Bruce,
Hi Bruce, and
what's
I
up,
grew
Bruce?
boobs overnight, and
Y'all.
everyone assumed I had plastic surgery over the summer. And I was like, oh my God, I have minimum wage, not minimum wage, middle class parents who would never in a million years buy fake titties for me at the age of 15. Never. But here we are. And I had to quit volleyball because I couldn't spike anymore because I couldn't jump with these fucking gigantic things on my chest.
Nah, that's crazy. That is
Bruce,
like
you got a question for her? You got a relationship question?
that is genuinely crazy. Like you can't spike a ball just because how big your tits are.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like like genuinely or like
Well, back then, yeah, because I they were new to me, and it like makes your whole body different. It throws off your sense of balance.
So they're new to you. That means you just woke up one day and you just had them. Was it just like that?
It was a progression
what
thing
the
over the
hell?
summer.
Nah,
Like
nah,
summer
nah,
vacation
nah.
started when I was 14. I came back sophomore year 15, and there they were, and they were just no hiding them. I can make a turtleneck look slutty.
What had happened? What had happened to her was when she was looking in the mirror one day, she looked down and just bam, tits.
I don't think it was that quick, but yeah,
I definitely was.
it was a quick progression as far as like I've obviously I have female friends who are busty. My mother is busty, but for them it was very slow progression, and for me it was just a period. As soon as I turned 15, and as soon as summer was over, there they were.
All right. Question number one from John, Danville, Virginia. Does size matter? And what is the good range of inches?
Okay, so I feel like at some point I read an article where it said like the average penis size while soft is 5.5 inches and while hard is about 6.5 inches, or anywhere from 6 to 6.5. Um, as far as it depends on the person. So a woman who has had a lot of sexual partners may not Kegel on a regular basis. She may not have the muscles down there that are tight enough to feel you if you're on the smaller side. But again, there's so many ways that you can remedy that. Again, your channel is for 18 and up, right? I could say the C word.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's things like a cock ring that can help. You can take pills and penis pumps. Also, I'm not going to leave it all on the guy. The girl here could do some Kegel exercises to keep things down there tight. Um, there's just a lot. But again, it's all people are different. No one person is the same. Some people are gonna like one thing, other people are gonna like another thing. That's why we have fetishes. That's why Pornhub is split up into categories. It depends. It depends on the person.
So what is absolutely too small? 3 inches? Four?
Probably a micro penis is probably going to be a little too small.
What is considered
It's a.
is that a real term?
I'm sorry.
What is a micro?
I laughed so hard I coughed. It's a medical condition, and I shouldn't be laughing about it. I'm probably going to hell, but it is a medical condition. Hopefully none of your viewers have that, or I'm just gonna get railed in the comment section. But yeah, um, it's a medical condition. I strongly urge you to not do a Google search for it and then click the images tab.
Oh
You
god.
might be scarred for
Okay.
life.
And the good range is what would be the good range? The good range where a guy shouldn't worry like you're good. Like what would be the good range?
Like 7 to 9 inches. Anything more than 9 is a little excessive. I think I would like have to nickname it Vlad and refuse to be on top because I would want to like I would fear that I was gonna die.
Can something be so big to where a girl says no, we're not doing this?
Fuck yes.
Is that
Fuck yes.
oh,
Something it could be so big. Like yeah. Yes. Yes.
oh shit.
Yes. There's scary. There's like circus big. Like you belong in a freak show big. If
Oh
there's a
my
woman
god.
out there that can take it, more power to her. But good God Almighty, no.
I feel that. I feel that. So we'll move on to the next question. All right. So we're gonna ask her about the red pill, guys. this channel kind of started with a lot of red pill people coming on. And we'll ask her about her opinion on the red pill rules. The first red pill rule that's been going on for since 2017. Don't seriously date single moms.
Now, the issue with dating a single parent is that if you enter that relationship and you don't have kids, but they do, you're all like, relationships are all about give and take, right? So if you enter a relationship with a person who has a kid, you're already sacrificing a lot to be with that person. What are they sacrificing? So you're already starting your relationship off on an uneven keel. And there's going to be some hidden resentment, and maybe not so hidden. Maybe you're really vocal about it, about that when the relationship starts, and that might not be a bridge that you're willing to cross. I think you have to ask yourself: Are you someone who wants kids? Because if you want kids, in the end, if you go into a relationship with someone and you have a child with that person, that child will always come first eventually. Like, even if you love your wife or your husband, your child will always come first. But perhaps it's really hard for people who don't have kids to see that early on when they date a single parent. So yeah, you're the single parent's always going to put their child first because it's their kid. And you not having kids don't understand why they're doing that, and you probably will never understand until you have kids of your own. But I'm a big advocate in single parents dating each other. So the reason that my mother got remarried and the relationship has worked for the both of them is because she had me, and the guy that she remarried after my father had his own kid too. So when they started their relationship, they were on an even keel. She had to put up with his kid, he had to put up with me. Um, but I don't think that you should just not date single parents because some guy on a podcast on YouTube told you not to. It's your life. You have to kind of make. I'm a big believer in making pros and cons lists when getting into anything, whether that be like a new job or a new relationship or moving somewhere. You have to make a list of pros and cons. What do you like about this person versus what do you not like? And do those pros outweigh the fact that they have a kid? And if they do, maybe you should take a chance on that person because it's not like a relationship has to last forever. This is why we break up. This is why we have things like divorce. You can get out of something if you're not happy. And it may be hard for some people, especially in like a domestically abusive household, but you can get out of it.
What will make the perfect guy, in your opinion?
So I like a guy who's just a little bit taller than me. That way I can get away with wearing heels and I don't feel like I'm like towering over him. So I'm 5'8", so a guy who's like 5'10" or higher is sufficient for me. But this is all for me because I can only speak on my behalf. Other women are going to be different. Other
Yeah, because they
women
say
are going
6
to
foot.
want more.
Yeah, because a lot of women say like 6 foot, and I don't know why that's a cutoff. Because I know a lot of women say 6'6". They say like 6 foot, 6 figures, and 6 inches. Oh,
6
like
figures is
these
a
size.
lot to ask for these days.
That is.
You know what I mean? Like people, like the new $20 bill is the $100 bill with inflation. But we'll get to that. So as far as height goes, that's what I'm looking for. But again, that's not a deal breaker because for me, what's most important is a sense of humor, the ability to ground me because I'm super anxious and neurotic. We discussed that last time. Um, the actually emotionally intelligent, like being able to tell when something's off and not just leaving it. Because I know that women tend to say I'm fine whenever you ask them what's wrong, but don't let that go. Like if you say, hey babe, what's wrong, and she says I'm fine, be like, hey, look, I know you're not fine. I know something happened. If I did something, please tell me what it was. Like I love an emotionally intelligent man. That's so fucking hard to find. I like a guy who is somewhat talented. That's a big turn on for me in some form of arts. Like I love musicians, I love actors, I love comedians, I love writers. Um, uh, if you have a talent and you are working to improve that talent, you don't have to be famous, you don't have to be a celebrity, you don't have to have been published or have a record contract. But if you have some sort of artistic outlet, that's a big turn on for me. Um, if you are someone with goals who's actively trying to achieve them and not just getting off of your 9 to 5 that you don't really feel passionate about, and then going home and laying down and not getting back up again until the next day. Like someone who's actively trying to achieve their goals. Sorry, my headset's slipping.
Oh, you good? You good?
What was the other question? Something else that you wanted to know?
Oh, just what makes your perfect guy? Like that you kind of summed
That's
it up.
pretty much it. Like, but
Yeah.
again, all people are different. So that's my perfect guy, but that might not be the perfect guy for the girl out there that someone is fantasizing about and wanting to ask out on a date. In order to find out more about what the girl you wants, you have to ask her. You can't be afraid to ask her. What's
So
the worst
six
she can
figures
say?
is not. So 6 figures is not on your list at all.
No. Again, last time we spoke, who is spamming me? Let me close that. Last time we spoke, you asked if money is important. Not if I'm currently unemployed, but I start my new job in a week. I hated my old job. It was making me miserable, so I quit. And I have spent the last month trying to figure out what my next move was going to be. And I finally figured it out. I've got the job that I wanted. I go in next week to orientation for it, and I could not be more excited. If someone you're with has their own job, what you make at your job doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. I have my own money. My guy will have his own money. I'm not looking to be anyone's sugar mama, of course. I want my money to be mine. And as long as he has his own money and he can take care of himself financially, that's fine. He does not need to take care of me financially. I'm a grown ass adult. I will do that my fucking self.
Would you like if he took care of you though? Like, would you accept it? Like, if he was just, if he.
I understand why some women would, because some women want to be able to have an easier life and quit their job and be a stay-at-home mother, and more power to them. But for me, someone who is as driven as I am, with as many goals as I have, I would feel like if a man took care of me financially, that would be some sort of like personal defeat, and I don't want to take that loss. But again, that's just me. Like, all people are different. Like, I've worked really, really hard to get to where I am, and I don't want to just give that all up because some guy with a trust fund or a really good salary is willing to help me give that all up. Like, I have more things that I feel like I need to do and that I need to finish, and I want to finish them. About the whole like the grenade / moped analogy.
Yes.
Like landing on a grenade so that your dude can which is apparently the gatekeeper. Like, because when you go to a bar, you never see a girl who's really attractive with other attractive women, because she lines herself up with less attractive women so that she looks even hotter by comparison.
So y'all know that we know that. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay,
it's very true. Okay. So she'll have like her Duff, her dumb ugly fat friend, with her, and that friend in the sense of guy communication is referred to as the grenade. So you want to jump on the grenade so your other friend can land the hot one. And then there's the moped analogy, which is women who are heavy set are like mopeds in that they're fun to ride, but you don't ever want your friend to see you on one. And again, I have to bring this back to what we said earlier. And why are you living your life based off of what some guy with a microphone in his face and some YouTube views is telling you to do? It is your life. You have got to live it the way that you want to. There's a reason that there are categories on Pornhub, because everyone likes something different. People are different. That's what makes us beautiful. If we were all the same, then this world would be very fucking boring. And there are people out there who like BBWs, big, beautiful women, and that's okay. There's, if you want to date a beautiful woman who is a little bit on the heavier set side, then that is your right. You are an adult. You get to make your own choices. You do not have to live your life based on this asinine set of rules that, like, Andrew Tate, who is doing jail time right now, so he's probably not the best guy to be listening to, is telling you to do. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, if you are not attracted to overweight women, then don't date them. There's other women out there.
Now, when we say BBW, we gotta say, like, what is a BBW? because there's categories. Like, okay, if a girl's 300 pounds plus, is that still a BBW or would that just be obese? I don't
I don't know.
I don't know if that
Isn't it dependent upon your height? Like your weight has to coincide with your height. Like if you're short, you have a smaller.
small.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, but if you're a very very tall, like I've seen women who are almost 6 foot tall.
yeah.
They have
Well, yeah,
they can be a little bit heavier without being considered obese. Now, of
that's
course,
true.
if it's affecting your health, then you may want to do something about it. Like if you're having heart issues or um, like you may want to look into like gastric bypass surgery or something. Like I don't want to see anyone on that show My 600 Pound Life because that shit makes me so fucking sad. To see these people who are basically addicts, completely dependent upon food and traumatized from their childhood, and only found solace and you know by eating, by stuffing their face. And then there's people who have eating disorders on the opposite end of that, who binge eat and throw up. And then there's people who are anorexic. Like, food is great. I love food. Everybody should enjoy food. But it is something that can be highly addictive for some people, because sometimes when you go through life completely abused, the only time that you find happiness is when you're eating. And that's, to me, that's really really sad. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for mental health. I think people should seek therapy when they think that things are getting a little too out of control.
It's a good point. But I have to say, you, of course, we'll just add this question in of, you look very young. You work out daily. You've told me,
Mm-hmm.
and do you think like is it okay to hold women accountable? Like, hey, you're getting like if a guy's with a girl and she gains 30 pounds, okay, he's like, all right, you're letting yourself go. Like, you should start working out. Is that okay to say that to a girl, or would that be
I
like,
would approach it
oh,
with a little bit more sympathy than that. I would just kind of say, "Hey, hun, I've noticed that you've gained a little bit of weight. Is everything okay? Are you feeling a little stressed out at work? Maybe she's had a baby recently and she's struggling with losing the baby weight." But I wouldn't be so bold as to just come out and say that, because I've noticed that a lot of people do better with putting their physical health first when they have someone to rally in their corner. That's
hmm
why people who run, you typically see them with like a partner to run with. I run with my dog. She's who keeps me motivated, because I know that some days I don't want to go out there. It's too cold, it's rainy, but then I look at her and I'm like, oh, she deserves a walk. She loves to walk. I'm going to take her out there.
how
Um,
far y'all run? How far do y'all run
Anyway,
usually?
it kind of depends on the weather, but at 3 miles minimum.
Damn.
On the days that I'm off work, I like to go for longer. Um, and I'm going to be starting my new job soon, so she's going to not be going on 5 mile walks every day, and she's probably going to be really mad about that, but she'll get over it.
Okay. So well, we gotta look at how our viewers will look at it. If you can run 3 to 5 miles every day, and that keeps you looking young, and you're drinking your water, and you're doing the right things, why can't we hold all women to that same standard? Like, why is it bad
Because
to like?
again, people are different. No
Okay,
two people are the same. There's a lot that people deal with that we never see. You don't ever know someone's story unless you sit down and are willing to ask them what their story is. Again, mental health is important. Sometimes it's issues with mental health that keep people from getting up and doing more. Sometimes people work really long hours and they come home and they end up having to take care of their kids, or clean the house because it's a mess, or do yard work. Sometimes life gets in the way of improving life.
well, we call men fat.
We
We
do?
do. We. I don't think they
That
care
was
when
the
you do
question. It was,
it.
we do? Because I don't. Like, I wouldn't call anyone
Uh,
fat. It's not nice. Again, body positivity. I mean,
that's
try
true.
to be someone's cheerleader. People
Yeah.
respond much more like effectively to someone rallying for them rather than putting them down.
Oh, so women really get offended when you call them fat. So I mean, I know as a guy, if a guy's chubby, he's not even seen really as unattractive. It's just like, if he's fat, if like in the locker room, guys will be like, "Boy, you fat," and he'll be like, "Ha ha ha," and laugh it off, and then lift weights, go to the gym. It doesn't. So women, if you call her fat, she'll think about it for like years, and like it'll really get to her, I guess.
Possibly. But you have to think too, society has a much, much different expectations of women than it does of men. Men can be successful and can be CEOs and can be married with, look at Donald Trump. He's not very sexy. He's not very in shape, but he's got a
Why?
hot wife. He's got a
He's
hot
not
as
hot.
fuck wife. No. He's got a hot as fuck
She
wife.
said no.
He was president of the United States. I mean, men can achieve a lot without looking their best. Women are pressured to wear makeup every day in order to go to work. If we don't, then people make comments about how we look tired and ask us if we're wanting to be there today. If you aren't a size 0 with a snatched little waist, you might not get to sit up front to be the receptionist or the face of the company. I mean, let's look at Matt Rife's joke that he just said that cost him his entire fucking career on Netflix.
Damn.
About talking about a woman with a black eye not being able to be the face of the company. Would he have said that if it was a man with a black eye doing the hosting at the restaurant that he was at?
That's a good point.
I highly doubt he would have. Society expects the world of women. I think that monologue from the Barbie movie does it so, like, you should insert that here. You should clip it because I know it's on YouTube somewhere.
All right.
The monologue from the Barbie movie about how women are supposed to be nice. We can't say no, but if we do say no, we have to make sure that we say it the right way. There's a lot of contradicting things out there that society expects of women, and it's just impossible. It's impossible to live up to. We're supposed to lead, but we can't be too cruel. We can't be too demanding. We're supposed to be mothers, but we also have to follow our career and our dreams and our passions and work.
Damn, y'all got it rough. And y'all have periods.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's bad.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Yep. Bleeding for 7 days out of the month is pretty big.
All right. So
we're expected to go to work doing that too. Like, men call in sick when they have the common cold, but our bodies attack us for not giving it a baby every 30 days, and we bleed enough blood that it's and the pain that we experience is the equivalent of a fucking heart attack, and we're just supposed to go to work.